Welcome back, welcome back. Educational and entertainment purposes only.
Bingo. So now we're gonna check out Dr. Michael Heiser explaining who Azazel is this whole time.
Leviticus 16 and verse 8, again, we're familiar with the fact that Aaron is told to pick two goats and cast lots over the two goats. So we've got two goats. Aaron casts lots over them. One of the goats, again, if you did the reading for today, this is going to be familiar. Or if you just read Leviticus 16, one lot falls on a goat, and then that goat is for the Lord, for Yahweh. Hebrew is I have in yellow here the preposition lamed plus the name Yahweh, Ladonai. The other goat is lamed and then another name. This goat is for Azazel.
Azazel.
And scholars have wondered for quite some time, like, what in the world is going on here? Now, in Unseen Realm, and again, I give you resources to other sources about this. Azazel was a demon, not just in later Judaism, but he is a deity, to an Israelite mind, demonic figure of the wilderness. He's a wilderness entity, a god, a deity associated with the wilderness. He's not Yahweh.
Everybody want to be the GOAT till they send your ass to Azazel, huh?
Old school. J Pressure. When we gonna wake up?
I'm the lamb.
You either selling out Uncle Tom and a bread with a slave mind. People say there's nothing we can do, that's not a brave mind. But at the same time, what can we do? Brave lines live together like before they made time. Before Esau beat us into a changed mind. Before the Egyptians hollowed our souls with a cave mind. Dwelling in cells, looking through gray lines. Life white and black, why they look in the shade mind. Look.
The wilderness is his domain.
That's great.
It's the bad place. It's the anti-Eden.
What did Kanye say? There ain't no church in the wild.
The wilderness is not where Yahweh is. Yahweh is leading us through the wilderness to his land, to the land he is giving us.
He didn't give you nothing.
In the spray mind with the right plans. Bible said Jesus is black. Why do we pray to a white man? Those light schemes, I can't hold back no more. Listen, it ain't right, fam. Real Israelites, we got the right plan. Go left where hey, a devil is using his right hand of.
Isn't it really strange if the name they use, Yahweh, if you turn it around, what is it? Heya. Heya.
New Eden, the land that flows with milk and honey. But we're here in the wilderness, and we have these instructions for Leviticus 16.
You're not in the wilderness.
And we have these two goats.
Well, yeah, you are. We all are.
One of them is for Yahweh, the other one is for Azazel.
Oh, so there's two goats.
This has raised the question, well, is this a sacrifice? Like, do you have God telling the Israelites to sacrifice a goat to a different God?
Obviously, no.
Shut up.
Or to run faith through the right lands, tired of building up the world stage just to be the hype man. Bible on the left, the Michael sword in the right hand. Full armor guard on my body, I am the right lamb. You seeking the light, you getting the truth. I give all bars like jail when I step in the booth.
There's one goat that is sacrificed, before I get there, there's one goat that is sacrificed to Yahweh. The blood of that goat is applied to the structure of the tabernacle. It's sprinkled on the mercy seat where the Ark of the Covenant is. This is the Day of Atonement. It actually has nothing to do with the forgiveness of any individual sins.
Wow. That guy Akhenaten, Did the Egyptian guy that changed the law of Egypt and said, "Nah, we're gonna worship one God named Atone, like atonement."
What this does, and again, we did a whole podcast series on the book of Leviticus. You can listen to Leviticus 16 and really Leviticus 1 through about 7, the sacrifices there. The blood is never applied to people. There are only two exceptions where blood is applied to people. And they have to do with the priesthood, sanctifying the priesthood, because they will occupy sacred space.
Oh, so you're not supposed to be covered in blood. I wonder. I'm covered in the blood.
And perform various rituals.
He saved me with his magical blood. Yeah? You sure? That's your goat?
To protect Yahweh's turf, to protect sacred space from defilement.
Oh, it's my father said that shit is mine, and you're destroying my house. Now clean my fucking house. Your servants. You belong to me. And that thing you live on, it has special places, and it needs to be clean.
And again, allow access to worshipers and people who bring offerings. The offerings are consistently about purging, cleansing sacred space.
Oh, the land? Oh, okay.
Lions vs sheep, disciples put the weapon in troops, we dine and eat. Lucky ones dying, they sleep, some slide with the heat. Call them LeBron James, I palm flames, I'm making new shit, you reuse it like pawn chains. Pressure more on things, but never the long game. Rappers, really actors, they playing out the pawn game. Identity crisis and cope with a script with a long range. Edit your light, you got a long frame.
I'm the GOAT.
So that the people are accepted into sacred space, or at least onto some part of sacred space, to bring their offering, regardless of whatever kind of offering it is. So the blood of the one goat is applied to the tabernacle itself.
Oh, okay.
I like to compare the Day of Atonement to hitting the reboot button on your computer, because that's exactly what it did.
Oh, so it kind of reboots the sacred space. I wonder what happens when you reboot the sacred space.
It resets the tabernacle. You did this once a year. It resets the tabernacle to its original pristine conditions so that it can be used for another year.
Oh.
It's a reboot. It's a do-over. It's a renewal of the starting point. It's about sacred space. It's not about people. The blood is never applied to people.
Life a movie, I call it the war games. It's not of the flesh, people play like guitar strings. Your mind in a box, you never jar things. The devil built the easy path to hell. I keep change for the God lane.
Do you have your change? Or do you like taking the easy road?
Now, the second goat, what is that? That is not sacrificed. We don't have an offering, sacrificed to some foreign god. What the priest does with it is he lays his hands on the head of the second goat, and he symbolically transfers the sins, the impurities, everything that would defile sacred space and be an offense to Yahweh, is transferred to the head of the goat, and then the goat is sent off where? Into the wilderness.
Oh, so that's a lot of things said really quick. It seems like this priest, the Levite, has the power to take on this sin. And then he draws it all in, and he puts his hand on the goat and transfers it onto the goat. And then he sends it out to the wilderness, to the unclean spirit. And I guess, I don't know what he does with it, I don't know. But, you know, who knows?
So something that is confusing though, because Jesus took on our sins, but here they put the sins on that goat.
So, somebody's gotta be wrong, right? Right? Somebody's gotta be wrong. Your brain's cooking.
Why is that?
What's the logic? Well, this is where sin belongs. This is where impurity belongs. It doesn't belong in the camp of Yahweh. I mean, much less sacred space. I mean, it doesn't belong anywhere here.
So, it seems like my father has this, like, endless forgiveness thing that I keep talking about. And, I just recently heard of this story of the goats. I don't know if I did a video on it. I'm doing so many different videos and fucking, living life and just relaxing. But, it's very strange because, a lot of Hollywood stars seem to be living certain lives and screaming all these things, and then things happen, and then people are like, oh my god, he went too early.
There is no dark side, nor a light side. There is only the Force.
What did Orlando Brown say? You knew what you were signing up for, and when it got too hard, you wanted to quit. I've never heard any star ever say that. And then that made me think about a lot of things.
I will do what I must to keep the balance. The balance is what keeps me together. There is no good without evil, but evil must not be allowed to flourish.
In Yahweh's people, because Yahweh's people themselves are sanctified. They are set apart from other peoples. They're not, to worship other gods, obviously.
Oh, they're not supposed to be around other people. Oh, okay.
But they're not even, they even have their own land, okay?
Oh, that's why he gave everybody their own land, and that's why he said, all right, they don't like you, separate.
They're completely separate. They're to be a kingdom of priests and a holy.
Oh, that's what we're supposed to be doing? Oh, okay, it makes sense.
There is passion, yet emotion. Serenity, yet peace. Chaos, yet order.
Now it makes sense why they call it the projects. I'm gonna put you around a bunch of other niggas that ain't you. And then all of you, gonna live with us. You'll never be separated. Why can't I go into the corner and mind my fucking business? Why is that such a problem?
Set apart nation.
Yeah.
So once a year, we're going to hit the reboot button, and we're going to send all of the impurities, all the things that are anti-Eden, back to anti-Eden.
Oh.
Because Eden, the camp, the holy company, the holy family, and God's domain needs to be purified.
Oh.
I am the wielder of the flame, the protector of balance. I am the holder of the torch, lighting the way.
I wonder what happens when Big Dog, the big CEO, I wonder when he gets angry and says, I want them there. And I want them there now.
And we reset the tabernacle so that as we go, and people become ritually impure by, maybe they touch a dead carcass or a woman in her menstrual cycle. I mean, we could talk about all these things, what the logic is. None of those things have to do with moral failure.
Yeah. There's just things that they can't do that everybody else can do. But you want to be a part of the crew, right? No, you don't. You want to do worldly things. And my father said that's okay. That's why he chose us.
Moral impurities. They're not sins, okay? What they are is there are things that happen to people that render them ritually impure. And all the things in the Levitical system that render someone ritually impure are things that are unavoidable in life.
Oh, it's sort of like he's saying it's the world, it's the people, it's their customs, it's what they do. And my father said, I created them to not do those things. You're different. And if you don't act different, you're just weakening yourself.
I am the keeper of the flame, soldier of balance. I am the guardian of balance. I am a gray Jedi.
They're not designed to teach the Israelites anything about how awful they are. They're designed to teach the Israelites how human they are.
Oh, my father looks at us like everybody else. You're just human. You're mortals. I chose you, but you're a fucking man too. You're an idiot just like they are. But I need somebody to set the example. You know? And try their fucking hardest. Actually learn why you're supposed to do it. And maybe actually come to love to do it. Just maybe.
Wow.
And how other, non-human, how above human God is.
Wow. Yeah, but by that standard, then Jesus would be somewhat unclean. Then that's a very confusing thought because
No, it's not confusion. You just won't accept the reality of what you just said. He was a man, so he was unclean. The Lord can't be unclean. So then what do you have to do, little man? You gotta separate him from him. There's only one.
Jesus was fully God, but fully man too. So he did all of those things and would have to ritually purify himself. He did not sin, but I mean, didn't Jesus also do sacrifices? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
So the Lord had to sacrifice to himself to prove to himself that he was pure. The Lord had to question himself and say, Lord, Lord, why have you forsaken me? Why did you send me down here? I don't know why I'm down here. But I'm the Lord that knows everything. But I have questions. Really.
How do you grapple with that, guys? Comment down below. Help me out.
You don't grapple with it. You separate. You know? Like he was saying. Oh yeah, you're not them, so it doesn't make fucking sense to you. Right? Yeah. Right?
This is the point. This is the logic of the system. You know, we've sort of read New Testament forgiveness and sacrifice of Jesus terminology back into the Old Testament, and therefore we don't understand what's going on here.
You know, like how Little Man just said that the Lord, the most pure thing in the existence of reality, the smartest thing there ever was and will be, he asked himself questions. He took a dump. He came down here and fucking lived as a man and sinned. against himself. No, no, no. He sent his little man down here. His little man became a god among men because he follows all the laws. So if I'm the only one doing all the real law and I'm keeping my body healthy and I'm doing all these things, wouldn't I be stronger and like, be able to do more things than most people? And then they would say, wow, you're LeBron James. Oh yeah, he didn't exist. They would say, you're Michael Jordan. No, he didn't exist. They would say, he's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. Sacrifice that nigga.
What we should do is understand what's going on here and then read
Send him to us, Hazel.
into the New Testament. That typically isn't what happens. We do the reverse, and it creates a lot of confusion. This isn't a class session on the priesthood and the sacrificial system, but again, we're getting into this a little bit here, just in sort of the most dramatic example.
And they don't want to give black people credit. They don't want to give us any credit. They just want to blame everything on niggas. Didn't some white man in Boston shoot his pregnant wife and then shot himself? Oh, niggers did it. Always trying to blame some niggas.
Example here with the Day of Atonement. You put impurity and sin and defilement, and whatever label you want to put on it, everything that is anti-Eden, you cleanse the sacred space, you reboot the community, and you take all that stuff that is incompatible with the presence of God, and you put it out there because that's where it belongs.
All the unclean things are for the wilderness, and it was really symbolic. That's good. Shout it.
No, it wasn't symbolic. The things that I find. Gotta start reading that Bible again. Get back to learning more. I didn't realize how much actually goes into this. But what I do realize is,
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it. Let's go. Stop playing with my fucking name. I'll drill y'all. Stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more. Put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.
oh man. Now, to me, that's got a lot of different knowledge in it, because I take everything straightforward, but I also take things like that kid said, symbolic or whatever, meaning, how can I say? All right, we got the two goats, right? And I keep playing the fucking gray Jedi thing that there is no good side, there is no dark side. What the fuck do you think the two goats represent? The good side and the bad side. And then there's the Force, my father that controls both sides. you kind of get it? So, yeah, I think I have a understanding that I don't even understand, that I understand what I understand, because I'm learning the low level Super Saiyan things. Like, I like Adam, I like Job, I like the simple guys, because they're men and we're men, and like, not a lot of men are going to do a lot of incredible things. And the Lord said, you got a life too. You get to be, you got your own adventure, basically. You know what I mean? Like how I constantly keep telling people, like, why don't you look at your life like a fucking movie and you're the main character? You don't have to be a fucking Vin Diesel movie. You don't need to be a fucking, action-packed fucking New Jack City movie. You could be the Truman Show. You can be fucking so many characters, But it's actually, you don't have to be a character. You find yourself, and that's your character. You, in your movie, you know? It'll it'll make you want to live the life you live a little bit more. It makes you feel good. Because you're like, this is mine. This is about me. Oh, that's not a problem. That's a part of the movie. This is where the movie gets hard. You know? You know? Anyway. Then with the since like the cat's out the bag with all the stars and the fucking the boogity boogities and the fucking making deals and do all this crazy shit, right? That literally, like, as I'm listening to that the first time, I'm like all biblical and stuff. Listening to it again, I'm like, yo, that sounds like the story of every career, you know, Mr. Bye Bye or Mrs. Bye Bye, you know? And then it sounds like the story of the Jesus, you know? The GOAT. He's the GOAT of the Bible, according to you guys and everybody else. My father's really the greatest of all time because he created time. But I understand where everybody's coming from. Like, he's the son, he's the one to come be like the example. So, like, technically, he would be like the greatest man. Um, so you know, but then I gotta like think back about how he said, if you look at me, that's what my father looked like. So then I think the Most High has a man's body. So then that would technically make him the first man. You know? Not Adam. Because he said, I made you look like me, little nigga. You look like me, not the rest of these niggas. I made you. You got the dopest looking vessel ever, nigga, because it's mine. It's my vessel. It's the most mathematical, put together precision in the precisions of precision. You don't even realize what I gave you. Fucking dummy. Why you think these niggas hate you so much? You know, like the fallen, like the angels and stuff. Like, you know, you ever wondered why fucking he like they be mad at man? Like, why the fuck would you be an angel? You can't die. You got magic powers. You're a fucking super genius, and you're mad at a fucking mud man. Why? Because the mud man, new kid on the block. You know, everybody, big brother, little brother, we all got the fucking, we all know about that bullshit. Big brother problems, you little ass nigga, this little ass nigga. And then imagine, you know, you this, your big brother angel. And then daddy says, you're gonna bow to him. You're gonna prostrate. You're gonna lay down flat on the floor and you're gonna bow to him one day. And I don't think they like that. I think that's what started the beef. Like, bow to you? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not bowing to him. He's a fucking retard. He's an idiot. And I'm sure the Lord was like, you know, like with Job, that's my guy. He's not gonna fail though. He may be an idiot, may be flawed, but he loves me. And he's never even seen me. You, on the other hand, Satan, you're fucking in and out of my throne room. You're all over heaven. You get to go to earth, and you. The fuck is wrong with you? You know what I mean? So, I think that's where a lot of people get things mixed up. And it's really strange living in a world where that's the top thing to say about anything. It doesn't matter what job it is. Doesn't matter whatever. Everybody always uses that reference. I'm the GOAT. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. And I'm like, oh my god, like, when are we gonna make you know, the Lords have catch sayings? When are you gonna make the Lord cool again? You know? Is that allowed? I wonder if that's allowed to make the Lord cool. Because he said, don't be like the world. So you can't, kind of be like the world. So it's like a kind of a way to do it. But he did say we supposed to run around with like his name on our clothes and stuff and shit and represent like that. So, maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of different. I know I'm trying to work on my little part. But, the filth and the sin, you know, it's hard to. We ain't got no goats. You got a goat? I could fucking transfer. Where's Levi? So we can fucking harness our sins into him, and then he can fucking put it on the goat, and then we can, you know. Isn't it crazy that it's once a year too? You know, it's sort of like my father would be like saying, "You're fucking men, and I see you." And if you don't go clean the fuck up once a year and atone for your sins, ain't no motherfucking blood or nobody gonna save you, you goofy ass bitch. You know you sinning. How the fuck you gonna say, he came down, took my sin away, but I keep sinning? Um, that doesn't. What he gave you a holy pass to sin and just get forgiveness, you know? Or do you have to ask yourself? You know, is that really hard? Is that really hard for people? It's not even about believing. I could be 100% wrong. But I think I'd rather ask the Lord for forgiveness than have someone else do it for me. You know? It's like writing a love letter to a woman. Would you rather your friend write it and then he gives it to her, for you and says, "Yeah, I wrote this, but for him." You know? I think she would be like, "Well, I don't give a fuck about how you feel. I want to know what the fuck he feels. I want him to write it. I want to know how you feel. You can't express your love to me. All love and all praise to the Most High. Adonai, heya, heya, oh, have you. Especially oh, have me.